Donald Trump Jr. is slamming the group of Republicans who are defying the Texas House GOP caucus. This is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for spending part of your Tuesday here with the Texas Minute. Education advocates are hoping for real reforms in 2025. More on that coming up. A teacher in the Crane Independent School District has been arrested after several students alerted their school principal that they had seen nude photos and videos on the teacher's personal computer during school hours. Lyndall Ray Lee has been charged with displaying harmful materials to minors. He was allegedly allowing nude images and videos to be displayed in view of students during his 6th grade social studies class. The district says the teacher has resigned his position. A new resolution from the Republican Party of Texas is calling for an end to the Texas Ethics Commission's jurisdiction over private citizens. Members of the state Republican Executive Committee passed a resolution over the weekend condemning the TEC for its, quote, overreach and abuse of authority. The GOP is also concerned with efforts to further expand the TEC's power. The agency was formed in the early 1990s to set the per diem reimbursement rates for state employees and consider recommending salary changes for members of the legislature. Since then, the TEC has been tasked with investigating campaign finance law violations. But rather than focus on politicians, the agency has targeted citizens. In one recent example, an elderly woman in the Houston area was fined $17,500 because she couldn't physically appear before a hearing. Her case arose because she had attempted to report $3,500 in political expenses, but she completed the form incorrectly. The TEC would probably be more accurately described as the Paperwork Commission. Donald Trump Jr. has weighed in on the ongoing battle over the next Speaker of the Texas House, slamming a small group of Republicans for seeking a bipartisan deal with Democrats instead of supporting the Republican caucus's nominee. On Saturday, House Republicans overwhelmingly voted for David Cook of Mansfield as their nominee for Speaker. However, Lubbock's Dustin Burrows has sought Democrat support in a last-minute bid to claim the gavel in January. In a post on X, Trump Jr. called out the effort, accusing Burrows and his allies of betraying the Republican Party. It's worth noting that the Speaker's race is playing out as a sort of proxy fight in the Texas House over Governor Greg Abbott's school choice initiative that's widely supported by the public but opposed by Democrats and liberal Republicans. Of the Republicans who opposed Abbott's school choice push in the 2023 regular and special sessions, all are currently backing Burrows instead of the GOP caucus nominee. National school choice advocate Jeff Yass spent millions in Texas to promote Abbott's initiative. Much of that spending was entrusted directly to Governor Abbott to dispense. The results were historic. More than a dozen GOP opponents of school choice lost their primary elections. Now, the remaining GOP opponents are joining forces with Democrats and power-seeking Republicans to install Dustin Burrows, with the Democrats reportedly telling Burrows that killing school choice and other GOP reforms would be the price of their support. It's worth noting that Mr. Burrows and Mr. Cook both supported the school choice proposal put forward by Governor Abbott in 2023. The Texas Minute will be right back.
News and analysis on what's happening in Texas. End your day with daily headlines from Texas Scorecard. Every day at 5 p.m., join me, Brandon Waltons, as we recap the biggest stories of the day and talk about why they matter to you. Listen and subscribe to Daily Headlines from Texas Scorecard.
A grassroots group that advocates for parental rights, transparency, and accountability in government education says that the current system is not working for Texas and it's time to debate reforms. Texas Education 911 wants to establish an Office of Inspector General to investigate waste, fraud, and abuse in schools. Eileen Blakowski is one of Texas Education 911's leaders. She said she's intrigued by an idea out of Oklahoma that would see superintendents elected, bringing greater accountability to these highly influential positions. You can find the details of this story and the others mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard. It was based on the original reporting of Emily Medeiros, Luca Cacciatore, Brandon Waltons, and Valerie Munoz. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.